One of the biggest lies people tell themselves is that they think they cannot change. Now, you can't change someone, and someone can't change you. But the truth is, only you can change yourself. Like the saying, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it. Unless you are willing to accept what somebody else has done and for them to relay information to you, for you to then absorb that, take it in, and actually apply that knowledge, no one can force anything upon anyone. Someone can always say, yes, I'll do that, I'll take those actions. And once you leave the room, no matter how powerful you are, that person will still go back to their old ways. So the only way somebody can truly change is if they wish to change themselves. Because there's only 4 reasons why somebody will change. I think it's really important for you to look into yourselves, look at your own story, and see what next changes you need to make. Because one thing is certain, change will happen. In this world, nothing will ever stay the same. The first reason why somebody would change is if they hurt enough in order for them to change. I have only shared this story with a very few people, and this is what hurt me enough to change in 2014. I had an investment go very badly wrong where I lost so much money, my whole life savings, in excess of £70,000 from putting it in the wrong place, where I felt like I was lying to my parents because I couldn't tell them about it. The only people who knew were my sisters. I was in a position where I had to change. Before that, I was drinking a lot, I was going out a lot. I had a lovely friendship group, but it was too comfortable. And something in my life needed to change. And that happening hurt enough in order for me to actually leave where I was working, because I felt just everything was against me at the time. And I made a decision to move somewhere else. And when I moved, the biggest decision I made in myself was to work and focus on myself. So I got into a lot of physical training and I did a lot of deep work with no distractions. My focus was clear. I had a pot of money that I had to replenish. I didn't go into a debt, but I lost everything that I'd worked hard for. And it absolutely broke me inside. It took me to what I would call rock bottom. I was single at the time and I had the freedom to be able to move. And without that hurt, I would never be in the position I am in now. And if you asked me to go back and change that, I would never change anything that has happened to me in the last 10 years that has brought me to this position today. The second way that change will come is if you are inspired enough. One of the biggest things I found working in this job is I always had salespeople, sales managers to look up to. I had really inspirational people within the business that I worked in, and I was truly blessed with fantastic training, fantastic workshops, people that I could talk to. I could pick up the phone and literally phone them anytime I needed for advice, tips, tricks. If I was a bit down, I had people I could go to. And I was truly inspired by some people within the industry of what they had done in order to make me work harder, give me focus. The third reason is you have learned enough. Now, a lot of people say to me, how do I have the motivation to wake up at 5:30 in order to go to the gym and train 4-5 times a week, consistently every week? And the truth is, I have learned enough about fitness, I've learned enough about health and nutrition in order to understand the long-term side effects and benefits from physically staying fit. Now, I'm not as fit as I was 5-6 years ago, but I know what it takes. And to learn enough and have that knowledge wasted is an absolute sin in itself. So once you get in the process and habits of learning more, once you learn enough, You are being a fool if you continue to ignore the advice that you know will long term give you the goals and the dreams that you want. The last reason that you will change is if you receive enough. In 2016, I was blessed with receiving coaching from one of the world's biggest and best bodybuilding coaches. He approached me, offered me to be part of his team, where I had 24/7 contact with him, and he helped me take my bodybuilding career to the next level that changed my life at that time, in order to physically grow and to achieve the goal that I was wanting to achieve at that time. So think within yourselves of times you have felt inspired, things you have learned, times you have been hurt enough to change. Use that as fuel in order to take you to the next step. I hope you have found value in this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.